Hey, it's No Flesh. How y'all doing? As I promised, I'm here to discuss some spirituality with you. So we're just going to listen to this music for a minute, and then we're going to get into it, okay? So I have some notes that I'm going to be reading from you so I don't be babbling and not staying on topic. Okay? I hope everybody's doing okay. I rested this weekend. I've been procrastinating and doing this video, but as I promised that I would do it. So let's get into it. I hope the music is not too loud, but it set the tone. Oops. It's gonna set the tone. And the song is awesome. That I created. Yes. Trying to get it to sound right. Okay, here we go. All right, let me get my notes together. I have an introduction for you guys. Okay. Let's get started. I want my personality to come out. I don't want to be monotone. I want this to be effective, not persuasive, but encourage you to think out the box. Go do some footwork. Go do some research. Find out who your source is. Okay? But let me just give you the history of spirituality, okay? So my introduction to you guys is, family, this message is not to pull anyone from their path. This is simply to add context, to give you a deeper understanding of the spiritual traditions that lived long before Christianity, especially in the melanated cultures around the world. Okay? You guys ready? All right. So let's get into it. Christianity is not the beginning of spirituality. Uh-oh. My dang on alarm. Let's stop that. Get back. All right. Sorry about that. It is one expression of spirituality, fairly recent in our human history. Before Christianity, melanated cultures had the following cosmologies, kind of hard to pronounce, deities and divine mothers, sacred waters, ancestors, rituals, elemental wisdom, and cosmic alignment. These were the sciences, not the religion. Okay? Now you notice the church try to keep you from the scientific way of religion. I even Googled to see if Google will provide me information prior to Genesis 1:1. And it went around it. It was crazy. So they really don't want that information out, okay? But let's get into it. I'm gonna give you some history, okay? Africans, Mesopotamians, Indigenous Americans, and Aboriginal people all had structured spiritual systems thousands of years before Christianity. Clock it. Let's get into it. Our ancestors weren't waiting for religion to tell them who God was. Not at all. They lived with the divine through nature, astronomy, ceremony, breath, and the feminine and masculine creative forces. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little introduction, not to threaten your faith, regarding the divine feminine. Most Christians came from a belief system where the divine is a masculine only. In the Bible, God is depicted as male. Everything is male, male, male. Before Christianity, many melanated cultures honored both the divine mother and the divine father. The womb, the word, the waters, and the breath. In the Bible, you see hints of this. You do. But in our ancestral tradition, it was explicit. Tiamat, who is the primordial mother of all creations. And I'm going to get into that. We're going to get into that because that's who I resonate with. When I was told about the cosmos and the creation prior Genesis 1:1, it blew my mind because at first I read about the Anunnaki, but they kept saying that they were the fallen angels. And reading up on the Anunnakis and looking at certain videos, they were very aggressive. So it didn't resonate with me. They came here for a reason. Okay, and we'll get into that too. So it was Tiamat, Aset, Isis, either or you want to call them, Mame Wata, Nammu, the great mother archetypes across the diaspora. Okay? So let's get into it. Christianity didn't erase our spirituality. It absorbed parts of it. And it did. Many teachings of Jesus echo African, Mesopotamian, and Kemet principles, 100%. And he went to Egypt between 12 and 30 years old. He was in Egypt being taught the mystic, esoteric magic. Yes, he did. How do you think he came back and turned water to wine? How do you think he was able to heal? My biggest thing in church was, where's the signs and wonders? Christ said that we'll be able to do the things he do. And that's something I didn't see. Now, on a personal walk, I did. People spoke of healing. It was a gospel singer that came to my former church. And I believe he had prostate cancer. And he didn't want to go through the chemo, the radiation. It takes from you. So he found a scripture in the Bible, and it was a personal thing between him and his God. And he said he went through the pain, but he stood on that scripture. And he was healed. He was on that pulpit singing. And I believe that. But as far as pastors having that, it's very rare. It's not in the church. Not like it used to be. Not like it used to be. Let's just put it that way. So the spiritual walk is a personal thing. So I'm not going to say that it can't happen in church. But it's a personal thing. It's your connection. It's your heart. You can't be a cardinal Christian going to church and expecting miracles. That's what I'm going to put out there. And you take it for what it is. Let me continue. So as I said, Christianity didn't erase our spirituality. It absorbed parts of it. Many teaching of Jesus echoed African, Mesopotamian. Any other time I can say that word, right? I'm on recording and can't say it. And chemic principles like love, resurrection, ascension, sacred water, the anointed one, the divine child, the Holy Spirit as breath, and the sacred womb thing. Now that breath thing, that's something else. I experienced that 100% all by myself. These are older than Christianity. So their faith is not wrong. It just has deeper roots. So let's get into the understanding of it. Understanding means going inward to understand the divine, not relying on the outside institutions. It means remembering the wisdom your spirit already knows. The inner, it's an inner personal walk. That pastor on that pulpit, he could preach to you 100 times the words that's on his heart. But if it's not on your heart and you're not doing that footwork, you're not connecting, you're just coming for the aesthetics of it, so many Christians fear ancient deities. So let's get into that. When our ancestors honored energy or deities, they were honoring aspects of the creation, not worshiping idols. These energies represented nature, cosmic forces, seasons, protection, motherhood, transformation, and the creative waters. Family, take what resonates. My goal is not to convert you. It's to empower you, to remind you that your lineage is older and deeper and richer than any single religion. Christianity is one chapter in a much larger spiritual book. You deserve to know the whole story. Live my life in halls of stone, knelt on pews and felt alone. So with that being said, I wanted to go over the hold on for 1 second. The cultures. Not the cultures. Not the cultures. I wanted to go over the divine feminine because prior Christianity, it was matriarch, not patriarch. So I wanna get into Tiamat. So just allow me 1 second to get that information up for us. I'm gonna give you a brief information on her. Let's see. Okay, so let's get into Tiamat. Have any of y'all heard of Tiamat? This is what my song is about. I'm gonna start it over and let's listen to it. Let's listen to the song and then we'll get into it further. Let's listen to it. I think I have the words of it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Lived my life in halls of stone, knelt on pews and felt alone. Read the words of his command in a tongue I didn't understand. They built a throne in the sky, never taught my soul to fly. Just a cage of glittered bars, reaching out for distant stars. The dust through the stream. I can't do it. So I'm gonna pause it and let me just read the words to it, okay? It says, lived my life in halls of stone, knelt on pews and felt alone. Read the words of his command in a tongue I didn't understand. They built a throne up in the sky, never taught my soul to fly. Just a cage of glittered bars, reaching out for distant stars. But the mother called before, through the dust, through the dream, shook the heavens, shook the floor, flowing like a primordial stream. The mother called my name, not in scripture, not in flame, just a rhythm in my core, knocking on a different door. Traded hymns for whispered wind, found the truth they tried to rescind. In the soil, in the sea, found the missing part of me. They gave me rules and endless shame, while the wild earth spoke my name. Every sunrise, every tide, nowhere left for me to hide, 'cause the mother called before. I'm gonna try. Not in scripture, not in flame, just the rhythm in my core, knocking on a different door. So I'm breaking every chain, washing off the holy stain. This inheritance is mine, ancient, sacred, and divine. No more father, no more son. My true genesis has begun. Through the dust, through the dream, a primal stream. Through the dust, through the dream, I am redeemed. Through the dust, through the dream, my soul's supreme. So I'm gonna play it again, okay? It connected to me when I researched Tiamat and I studied Tiamat. Now, when I researched and studied, I got to know who she was. but I didn't know her. And I'm still getting to know her. She shows herself to me all the time. My thing was for her, I'm visual. Can you show me who you are? And she does. When I am feeling confused, she answered. It's just the same as when I was, you know, I don't want to, again, be persuasive. I just want to tell you what I experienced. You understand? So she answered. As soon as I got to know her, it was just different, but I needed to visualize her, who she is. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to explain to you because that was my biggest thing. I resonated with her, but I didn't understand her. She created all things. And we're going to get into the history of her. I want to do that. I really do. But I just wanted to put this video out just to give you an introduction. Okay? So just bear with me for 1 second. I got too many devices. Let's play the song again. That's what I want to do. I want to play the song. I love this song. And Sha Bless, aka Mama T, she did one too. And it's fire. Oh my God. Any music I hear about TMI blows my mind. Read the words of just command in a tongue I didn't understand. They built a throne up in the sky. Never taught my soul to fly. Just a cage of guilty bars reaching out for different stars. But the mother called my name. Through the dream, shook the heavens, shook the floor, flowing like a primal stream. Yeah, the mother called my name. Not in scripture, not in flame, just a rhythm in my core. Knocking on a different door. Traded hymns for whispered wind. Found the truth they try to rescind. In the soil, in the sea. Found the missing part of me. They gave me rules and shame. My name. Every sunrise, every tide, nowhere left for me to hide. Cause the mother called me forth. Through the desert, through the dreams, shook the heavens, shook the floor, flowing like a primal stream. Yeah, the mother called my name. Not in scripture, not in flame, just a rhythm in my core. Knocking on a different door. So I'm breaking every chain. Hey. Washing off the Holy Spirit. This inheritance is mine, ancient, sacred, and divine. No more father, no more son. My true genesis has begun. Just to drink primal stream. Just to drink, I am redeemed. That song is fire. So fire. We're gonna do 60 minutes, 60 seconds with no flesh. And I'm going this weekend coming. I was just too tired. Weekend passed. Yes, I was just really, I just wanted to chill. YouTube kind of disappointed me, so I had to take that in. And certain videos they want me to take down to be monetized, and I'm not gonna do it because a lot of those videos, I think I put them up maybe months ago, some recent. The ones recent is what got me all my subscribers, and it's no way. People come on there and say how those videos made their day. They're happy. They're talking about the remembrance of their mother that may be here or may pass. And it was a gospel song that took off. And me and a guy on TikTok, we connected. And I said, I'm going to share this. And those 2 videos got my subscribers. And to me, that's rewarding. If that could touch people's heart, I don't know how people are living. You understand? And they come on and play those videos, and it makes their day. I'm blessed. I have no wants. I got a roof over my head, got food in my body, and whatever needs I need, I get. So for them to tell me that, I was like, hey, but it was just kind of disappointing to me. So those videos will remain up. If I don't get monetized, it's fine. I have a purpose on here, and it wasn't to make money, obviously. Whatever purpose I had, I see change. I really do. There's still some stuff going on, and everybody has their choices, but I see people who are wanting to do better, stay out the chaos. And so I'm grateful for that. I am. If it was just my notes or it was just being on here, I have a purpose, and I'm going to live out that purpose, because before getting into this, I was fine, so that's something I'm not going to do, because those songs and there's a couple of songs, and that one video, people are going crazy. They are being blessed for that. Talking about, oh, I needed this laugh today. Oh my God, I was in such a bad mood, but this video made me laugh. Whether it's my video or not, it's doing what it's supposed to do on all aspects. So that video will stay there, and I will continue doing what I'm doing. To me, all this craziness about money and stuff is crazy. But anyway, to each his own. Let me get into what I just wanted to get into that. So I'm just going to read something to you guys regarding Tiamat. So in Mesopotamian methodology, I get tongue twisted, so forgive me. The primordial goddess Tiamat is the personification and an embodiment of salt water. Her body itself is composed of primordial, chaotic water, which existed before the heavens and the earth were created. So this is where I couldn't visualize. So let me get my Bible for 1 second. And we're just gonna hit on Genesis, okay? And that's it. I ain't here to preach. I ain't qualified for that. I'll leave that to Larry Reed and Bishop Jordan. Okay. So it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth, and the earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. That was Tiamat. And I'm going to get into later on how the heaven and the earth was created. It was brutal. Because the heaven and the earth is Tiamat's body. The earth is Tiamat's body. and we'll get into it. When I do that, I'm going to use other people's clips of other people's videos where they could explain it better for a better understanding. As I said, I'm still learning, and you'll get a better understanding. But I've read information on her and how this occurred, and we'll get into that. But I just want to give you a little bit of who she is, because she's my girl. So according to the Babylonian creation epic, the Enuma Elish, I know I'm saying it wrong. The universe began as a formless, swirling mass of water, Tiamat. The fresh water element was personified by the male god Apsu. So it's Tiamat and Apsu. They are the divine mother and the divine father. And the saltwater element was Tiamat. So Apsu was the fresh water, and Tiamat was the salt water. And so everything prior creation of human and the earth, everything was about energy, frequency. And so this is how it was, about energy and frequency, okay? These two bodies of water mingled together, giving birth to the first generation of gods. First generation of gods. Okay, so she gave birth to primordial children who then gave birth to gods. And we'll get into that. I'm gonna go through all of them. Aset, and some call her Isis, Greek as Isis, is a venerated ancestor figure in Kemet ancient Egyptian spirituality, revered as the divine mother, a powerful healer and magician, and a symbol of resilience and resurrection. She embodies maternal protection and the transmission of royal power, serving as a powerful guide and intercessor for the living and the dead. So she's one of the deities, okay? All right, so this one is a deity also. Yeah, she's a deity. Mame Wata, an ancestor, is a figure of ancient African water spirits who were brought to the Americas by enslaved Africans and evolved into a powerful, benevolent, and sometimes vengeful deity. She symbolized the complexity of life, and her tradition has spread it throughout Africa and the global African diaspora, where she is associated with fertility, healing, wealth, and the sacred nature of water. Okay, so we're going to talk about Nammu. Nammu is an ancient figure in Sumerian mythology, considered the primeval goddess of the sea and the mother of everything. She is the first deity who gave birth to the sky god An and the earth goddess Ki, and also the mother of god Enki. So Enki is and Nammu. They are the Anunnakis. So we'll get into that, okay? Making her the primordial ancestor of the gods, humankind, and the universe itself. Let me see if anything else I had that I wanted to get into. I'll leave the rest for another time. So Tiamat was the water that was in the cosmos. So the earth wasn't created, nor the heavens. It was her and Apsu, and it consorted and gave birth to primordial children, who then gave birth to gods like the Anunnakis. And we'll get into it. And if you want, please look into Mesopotamian myths and Sumerian myths, and you'll get a better understanding of it. And this is where all of the spirituality derived, the deities, Christianity. But there was spirituality prior Christianity, before the colonizers brought it to us. And they used it to control, and they still, to control, to shame. And I'm not trying to Tiamat browbeat you, because everything is upon choice. If you'd have told me about this maybe 2 years ago, I would not received it either. Not at all. Everybody's on a spiritual journey. I believe Christianity was meant for me to experience. In school, I had to do Catholic religion because I wanted to hang out with a friend and have fun. I experienced Jehovah's Witness. But Christianity was my foundation from a kid until an adult. But once, as a kid, I went to church. And my mom didn't force us. But I was the only one that she dressed up to have my neighbors take me to church. And I enjoyed it. I love gospel music. That's my connection. Then as an adult, I went back to church. I got sick of me. I was done with me. So that walk as a kid, as a young adult, as an adult, I always had that connection. So whenever I got to that point of anything, she would show up. Because I'm just that raw, I guess you could say, right? So as an adult, I went to church. I went back to church for about, I'm gonna say maybe 3 to 4 years. And I had a spiritual experience. I really did. I really, truly did. Again, I told you I was sick of me. And I had my experience. But then I had this dream where God told me to stop going. There's no love there. And it blew my mind. I woke up crying, like, what? But then, maybe a couple days later, I had this dream. And I never could understand this dream till now. Of walking through nature. It was vines, it was trees, it was beautiful, it's colorful. And that's all. I was just walking through it. But I knew this dream meant something. And it did. It really did. It's hard to explain, but it did. So from the time I stopped going, and it took me a while until something happened, and I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. It was like a Larry Reed and Bishop Jordan type of thing. And I went to a semi-mega church. So it was big. But I want to tell you something. Going to those mega church, it may feel big, but it's really a tiny freaking church. It's huge. It really is. It's massive freaking people. But when fellowshipping is so tiny, you understand? And I've been to a couple, because we got a couple mega churches. We got the Cathedral in Queens. I've been to that one. I don't know, the church I went to, there's no church out here like it. And I'm gonna be honest with it. It had its issues, and it had its issues. But they give you the foundation to know your God on your personal walk. And that's how I learned. They taught you how to do your walk personal, if that's what you choose to do. And that's what I choose to do. Because, as they say, I was thirsty. So I had that experience. I really did. It was something I was gonna say. I don't forgot. I don't forgot. But the spiritual walk via church, spirituality, is personal. I want to discuss the negative part of it. Christians can pray bad things on you too. So spirituality and Christianity is the same in some ways. In some ways. Minus the changes that the Bible has went through, because I do believe that the Bible do have living words in there, alive words. I do. I believe it. I really do. Because of my experiences. I only could go what I experienced. But there's some slavish documentation in that book. One, I don't like Paul. I don't know about y'all. I never liked Paul. The only thing I could get with him is the race. That was one of my scriptures I had picked. I forget what it was. Something about the race. That was it. Reading Paul, I would just try to just skip over him because he irritated me. To me, he was so judgmental. So judgmental, you know? So that's that. But what I want you to take out of this is to do research. Get a better understanding. If you're in church for the aesthetics, then that's fine. You know, people say God knows my heart, but the Bible also says your heart is deceiving. Check that. You know, um, in order to walk this spiritual walk, even in the Bible, you have to renew your mind. So with me, I have to get rid of some of the things that I learned in church. Because again, there was no love. Because of a person, different sexuality, or a person's out there having fun and living life. Because God gave us life to live abundantly. And innated in you, you know right and wrong. So those are your choices. Your choices. You understand what I'm saying? So the church take away your life, enjoyment. When I went, started going, I stopped listening to secular music, and that was my choice. And I'm glad, because I was a party girl. I partied. I partied hard and heavy. So I understand what music does to you. I understand how it changes the atmosphere. And it could get really demonic. It really can. If you're in the wrong environment, it really can. Movies. I don't look at movies like I used to. Yesterday, I looked at two things yesterday. And I looked at a content creator talking about the YouTube chaos. And I looked at a movie, like a little hood movie. And those two things together, back and back, affected me. It really did. I had went out to the store, and it was a little late, and it was dark. And it just had my antennas on high. You understand what I'm saying? So your ears and your eyes, yes, you do got to protect those things. You have to watch what you digest, and that's on any aspect. If you continue being in an environment of low frequency, that's what you're gonna draw. You're gonna draw it. It's gonna continually follow you. But if you choose to operate on a high frequency, then that won't affect you. I wish I had my journal to discuss the lows and the high frequencies. I don't have it in arm's reach. I got 99 journals. There's one I need to find right now that got some information that I need. It's what you attract. It really is. It's what you attract, and discernment. So, yeah, that's it. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to spend some time with y'all. Yay! I hope this helped you. I got to get out of this monotone thing, but I also want to give you proper information. Lips a little chapped. Bear with me. It's starting to get to me. Let's do this. Let me get my lips together. I put my hair up for you guys. It is killing me. My hair is so long. Thinking about cutting it. It's like, going to sleep, I have to wear it up. It's so... I had long hair. My hair was this long before I had my daughter. And when I had my daughter, I let my hair grow like maybe to here. but it's like down to the middle of my back. My mother sat on hers. I don't know how she operates. She would take it and twirl it, but her hair wasn't in locks. Mine is in locks, so it's crazy. But yeah, do your research. You know, to get a better understanding. Again, this is not persuasive to persuade you anywhere, but so many people are against spirituality, and you have to have an understanding. You know, there's good and bad in everything, and you just don't jump into this and start swimming. You got to get the feel of the water. Don't be led blindly. See, that's the problem. We go to church and we get led blindly. We take that pastor or that mother of the church or that evangelist word because they claim they know God. Okay? So then some may sway off into spirituality, but they don't research all the communities of spirituality. I haven't studied the deities because I want to know about who created all things. And that was Tiamat. And the deities and all other things came after. So I'm going to connect to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. But at the same time, doing that connection, I want to understand all who followed her. So you'll get to understand how Christianity came about. So we just jumped into this. It was given to us and we utilized it. Our ancestor utilized it with the African spirituality. I get these alerts on Citizen, so so they use the Bible. I believe they kind of like bought it. They made it living because how they utilized it. But it also, and I haven't did complete research. It's kind of hard, you know, because they are really trying to erase information from us. And all of us, there's DNA of desire to worship. And that's another thing I want to get understanding. And that's worship in songs, dance. It's in us to do that. It's innate in us. We were designed to do that. But Tiamat didn't give us that. When humans was created, that was given to us. So, and I hope I'm saying that in a correct way. It is so much information, so much, to sometimes I just sit down and go, I have had enough. And I just digest what I've learned, okay? Definitely. So let's do an affirmation, right? So I did a bowl of affirmations that every morning I pick it up. So I'm going to pick our affirmation up first today, okay? So just bear with me. Let me go to my bowl. Okay, I got one, and I haven't picked it up before. I believe affirmation is something That is powerful. It's such an encouragement. And if this is something that you do every day, it builds you up. It helps you understand who you are. We have so many negative words spoken over us that we have to build ourselves back up. You know? So, yeah. So let's see what this one says, okay? Okay. So it says, I will honor my self-worth even on my worst day. See? I don't know if I should do this with y'all every day. I don't have my bowl full. I tell you, it's a lot of work. So sometimes I just, let me just mark this. Hold on for 1 second. Let me mark this. I was going to edit this because I was going to add more to the video, do some snippets and stuff, but I said, let me just do what I said I was going to do. And let me fix this so this don't die. My favorite song. And yeah. That's what we're going to do. I wish I could play Shabless Tiamat, but I don't want to get in trouble with that. This is my music, so, but we'll do 60 minutes of hers. You know, when it's not mine, I only could do 60 minutes. And they're on Apple, so I don't want to get into any trouble. And it might, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to introduce y'all to some people. So let me look into that. I definitely do. So Mama T. Is a great channel to look at. I Am Goddess. I Am God. I always say I Am Goddess. It's I Am God frequency. Powerful. Shari Zane. Powerful. The Messenger. She is knowledgeable. Oh, she's like a walking encyclopedia. Do you hear me? Not a lot I agree with her. No. Let me put certain things I don't agree. And again, everything is not going to resonate with you. It's not. You're only going to pull what resonates with you. But she is, you're talking about, she is the true Wikipedia. I'm telling you, true Wikipedia. Who else? It's some other ones. I want to get their names right. Queen Poe. Oh, she's another one. Awesome. Jasmine. She's great. What is my girl name? Oh my God. I'm sorry for those who I am forgetting. Let me just look. Let me look. I just got to give you that. I just got to. They are. What's wrong? My phone died? It died on time because I ain't reading no more notes. I work with 3 phones. I got my iPhone 17 that I'm doing my video on because my other phones, listen, I wasn't into this phone thing, so I had the XR forever. I was like, I'm not buying no phones. But then I kept paying for space. So then eventually, you know, I got my kids to get me the iPhone 17. I didn't get the Pro. They'd have killed me. But I got the iPhone, so I got 256 mega gigabytes. So I got space, but I delete. Excuse me. I don't let it compile. Right now, I need to delete some stuff. I delete a lot of my spaces. My granddaughter, because she performs. So going to her shows, I would do the videos, and sometimes I don't delete those videos because we may need to put it on her page. She has an entertainment page, so we may have to put it on her page and stuff, so we hold on to that. Yeah. And her voice is getting better. She's not doing the exercise like she's supposed to, but she's a kid. She's 11 years old. 11 years old. And she's been performing on all platforms since 2. Her first big ass stage, I think Cameron was 3. And she was doing ballet. And she was a star. Until we called her name, she was doing fine. When we said, "Go, Cameron," she stood there and would not budge at all. So her mother gave her rest on that. And then in school, her music teacher heard her sing. And then her mother got her into this performing arts program. And Cameron been center stage ever since. And they developing her. But Cameron is now 11, going on, so she'll be 12 in a couple more weeks. So she's like this. Now school is serious because her mother's being more serious about her grades because, junior high dictates what high school you go to, and she wants to go to LaGuardia for performing arts. So, her mother's staying on her thing, and now she's having little crushes on boys that definitely need to be regulated. But she is a good girl. She is sassy as hell, but she's a good girl, definitely. So that's it. I'll be back. Definitely will. So I hope you guys have a great one. Take care. Bye.